Alright, it's another sealed deck with Neon Dynasty. It's my third one. So I've gone for a red-green deck, splashing for white and blue. Well, first of all, I have a very strong card called Goro Goro. I've got 2 copies of Goro Goro, who can create a 5/5 flyer if you attack with a modified creature. So I've built the deck around this guy. So I've got 10 cards in the deck that can modify. I've splashed white for Imperial Recovery Unit 2, which can potentially bring Goro Goro back into play. In fact, he's now the only 2 mana creature in the deck. The other reason for white is I have Ryusei Storm's Edge, who can give you another combat phase if you attack with a solo samurai or warrior first, which seems very strong. I think it's worth splashing white for that effect. The reason I've got blue was just for Tamio's completion. I've got 2 of those. I think I need a bit more removal. Blue's quite strong, quite interesting. I've tried the red-blue version. I've got 3 short circuits, and it's certainly interesting. But I like the fact that green has a lot more +1/+1 tokens to put on creatures. That seems so. It's got a easier job just modifying things. I've got a few artifacts as well. I've got Eater of Virtue, so that's obviously an equipment that can modify. Ecologist Terrarium can help me find my lands and modify as well. I've got 2 network terminals for colour fixing, and I just like it late game for discarding lands, basically drawing a card and discarding an excess land. It seems quite strong, but it is very slow. I think that's the problem, but I like it. I'm gonna try running 2 copies of it. And finally, I've got a Dramatist Puppet, which is not a card you're gonna play very often, but with the number of tokens I can make in this deck, it seems to make sense to have a guy who can double the number of tokens on a card. You can even take counters off, so I'm going to try him out and see how it goes. I've actually gone up to 41 cards. I couldn't decide what to take out to bring it down to 40. I thought 41 would be fine. I'm running 17 lands, but I've got the Terrarium. I've got 2 network terminals, so in total it is half the deck are mana sources, basically, or can get me mana sources. I had a tough job deciding what to leave out from the deck. As I say, I looked at the blue version of the deck, blue-red, and it's got a few vehicles, a few flying vehicles, Mobilizer Mech and Mindling Mech, and it's got the short circuit, so you can take away their flying and a lot of damage, and fly over with a couple of flying creatures, which, you know, it's not bad, but yeah. We've also got the Modern Age is my favourite, one of my favourite commons in blue, and that gives you a 2/3 flower as well. But anyway, it didn't quite have enough modifications, so I left it out. It could, yeah, it's got Spell Pierce and Disruption Protocol, the Armguard Familiar. So these are things I could use to protect my Goro Goro. But I thought if I put green in, I've got some ways of instantly adding tokens to Goro Goro to protect him from damage. So I thought those, and they might not be quite as good, but they're good enough, and they modify, which is crucial. One really difficult choice I just made. Well, first of all, I was thinking about Boseiju. It's a good card. At the end of the day, it's a 4 mana big creature, and my network terminal, it's nice, but it comes out on turn 3. It can't help me get an early Boseiju, which is what you want. You want a turn 3 Boseiju, ideally. Boseiju doesn't do any modification. That's one thing as well. It's just a big creature with reach. So I decided I'll actually swap that for Story Weave, which is, it seems strange, but I fancy trying this out. It's just, you just add 2 +1/+1 counters to a creature at instant speed. So it's another modify card basically. You can, if I'm not actually using any sagas, but I think the effect is good enough. You don't need the second part. I dropped Coiling Stalker, so it's a 2/1 for 2. It's got ninjutsu, and it does have a modify effect if it gets through, if it does combat damage to a player. So that's obviously, that jumped out at me. I put that in the deck straight away. And then later on, I looked at the deck and realised I'm splashing 2 colours here. I can't really get enough Forest Sand Mountains in the deck. I'm going to have I'm going to let one of the colours take a back seat. So I decided also Coiling Stalker's got 1 toughness, so it makes it quite vulnerable. So I thought I'll take out Coiling Stalkers. I'll put in, I think I ended up putting in the Go-Shintai of Ancient Wars, because 2/2 first strike's pretty good. And it can ping your opponent. And I think that's where I put in, well, Boseiju, and then I decided on Story Weave. And it's left it on 41 cards as well. So I guess probably the card you cut would be Story Weave, but I want to try it out. I want to see what it's like in action. A lot of people just probably cut a network terminal, I think, and they'd probably be quite justified. But I just like it too much. I want to get that late game terminal that discards a bunch of lands, draws loads of cards for you, and it's amazing. Right. So that's the deck. Goro, Goro, Goro. I'm just thinking, okay, so I think it's a fun deck. I hope I get a win with it. I'm curious to see how it goes, really. Right, just double checking everything. Get that full screen. Yeah. Okay. This is, I guess, quite a typical hand. We don't get any mountains, but we've got two lands. We've got Forest Island, and we've got a Terrarium to find a mountain. And we might draw a mountain as well. So it looks like that's what we're doing on turn 2. We've actually got some removal. And we've got one creature. And it's quite good. It's got reach, so let's keep 7. And we can happily go for a mountain on turn 2 if we haven't drawn one. We know we can still get a plains later. We can get white mana from Network Terminal. Yeah, we should still have 4 sources of white mana in the deck. Okay, we've drawn another removal card, so this feels like all my removal's been drawn. Oh well, there you go, we drew a mountain, so now we can hit all 4 colours. We can, unless there's, we don't have any creatures to play, so we will go for the plains. So he's playing green-red as well, and he's had a really slow start. He's not done anything at all. So I'm expecting some very impressive big creatures. Or he's probably got a handful of removal. But I think we'll just go ahead and play our creature. Yeah, he's got Greater Tanuki. That's a good one. And yes, it's really good because it finds any basic land. It finds it at instant speed as well. Oh, even better, it goes... it puts the land card straight on the battlefield, so it's a nice bit of ram. Okay. Silly me, of course, he had something planned on turn 3. And he's got even more land, so I'm expecting a huge creature very soon. And he can get a permanent with mana value 2 or less from the battlefield, from the graveyard to the battlefield. Right, so let's see what we can do. So, do we perhaps reveal we have an island? Let's go for it, yeah. Now, we'll keep that artifact up, so we can sack it to Voltage Surge to do 4 damage. We'll keep Story Weave available in case he tries to blow up Web Spinner's Cuff. I think we'll come in for 1 damage. Because we are not an aggressive deck. Oh yeah, I just made a huge error. Never mind. Not a huge error, but I do have Tempered in Solitude. I just completely forgot about that card. Whenever a creature attacks alone, I can exile the top card in my library and play that card this turn. But on the plus side, what I've done is I've kept up enough mana to cast Story Weave if that takes 4 damage. Okay, that was... how did he do that? I wasn't paying attention. Oh, yeah, he discarded a card. That's what he did. Right, lets you discard a card. That came into play. So that's going to be... At the moment, that is going to be a 2-2 when it comes into play. That becomes a 3-4 that makes tokens. And I better pass the turn for him. There we go. So, I think... What I could do is put Story Weave, use Story Weave on Web Spinner Cuff. I could assume that it doesn't have any removal. What it could do is it could put it in range for the white removal card as well. I think I won't do that in that case. Okay, my turn. Right, what we will do is we'll remember to play Tempered in Solitude, which is smart. And I'll have until the end of the turn to play the card. I'll have 3 mana up, so we'll see what happens. Okay, that's not bad. That's given us some card advantage. We can play the mountain. And I think I'll cast Crackling Emergence on the mountain. Because that's an expendable mountain. It says it could get removed from the game, in theory. Now what's he getting this turn? That's going to become a 2-2 creature. Oh no, it's gonna buff something first. Right, we have a serious threat on the board. He is playing out all his land. He's got 7 land out. A Jukai Preserver as well. Oh dear. It is now too big to kill. Or is it? Or is it too big to kill? Now I'm going to need 2 red mana, which is a bit embarrassing because I'm going to have to tap my Spirit Mountain. There we go. But or we just do Fade into Antiquity. I don't know what's better at the moment. He's certainly got 3 things up. He's not playing blue magic. I'm gonna fade that into Antiquity. And that costs 4 to reconfigure. Good, that's gone. Right, now. we can Voltage Surge, or we could sack the Terrarium to do that. It's actually quite a lot of options. Let's Voltage Surge. To sack that, and do 4 damage to that guy. Okay, let's play oh yeah, we're not going to play a forest, we're going to be... this is... Tell you what, we're going to attack with both guys and do 4 damage, because whatever we get off the top, we're not going to be able to play it. And we'll just play one of our forests, there we go. So, and she's a not too impressive 1-1. Befriending the moths. That's going to become a 3-3 for this turn. Then it'll become a 2-2. Oh, Dramatist Puppet. Right. Now here's the important thing. We've got this very powerful card. We can attack with that solo to trigger that, and we can cast literally, I think, everything in the deck. So we're not going to get carried away by equipping it and hitting for an extra point of damage. Getting that extra card is good enough. That's getting hit with Voltage Surge. He doesn't have an artifact, right? It's taken 2, which is fine. Thought I'd just checking, double checking to see if I'd made a mistake. Okay, let's attack with that. So I've only got 5 mana, right? So 1 attacker. Let's see what we get off the top. Okay, it's a Voltage Surge to kill him. This isn't great, but we're going to Story Weave him to put him on 3 toughness again. Oh, fuck! Oh, I was... yeah. Well, there you go. There you go. That's what happens when we take too much time. That's... yeah. I still have my Story Weave, so all is not lost. We're going to play ourselves a Network Terminal. What I'd like to do, okay, 4 mana. Right, let's end the turn. Let's end the turn. Because we are taking an exceedingly long time to resolve our turns. But the misplay at the end there, I played a forest. Should have held on to it and discarded it with Network Terminal. Let's see, that's a 3-3. Okay, my turn. Okay. think we'll just have to attack with a web spinner's cuff. Cool, forest off the top. We can get greedy, I think. I think we can... I think I want to story weave here. Now if he may have drawn removal straight off the top, and I'm going to feel very silly. Okay, I'm going to play a forest out from the top of my deck. Yes, it did work eventually. And do I play a Dramatist's Puppet now? I think so, yeah. I'm going to double my number of counters on there. And I'm even going to leave one green up to make him think I've got something to save him. So these are... Put counter on, please. It's only for each kind of counter. I thought it doubled the number of counters. Ah, silly me. Now we're facing down a 2/4 Imperial Moth. Shattered State Zero, okie doke. Now, does he have a cheeky way of sacrificing? Pass to attackers. Okay, let that 8 damage through. Okay, I think we will tap an artifact here. Beautiful. Drop a mountain. Web Spinner's Cuff, I think, is going to come in and hit him. Wait. Hit him just once. What did we just draw? Oh, it's not a samurai. And that's not a samurai. Yeah. Damage. More damage through. We're going to play our Bronzeplate Boar as well. Because it's free. Effectively, and we'll end the turn there. Does have flying, and I don't have any reach. Apart from the guy I'm attacking with, which, but that's how things happen, isn't it? So he can attack first, and that Tempered in Solitude is gonna activate twice, which is quite something. Okay, and what we can do, let's not mess about. Tap a Dramatist puppet. We'll draw a card, very nice. We'll discard the land. Ah, that's nice. Okay, so that gives a land vigilance and haste as well, just for good measure. It's just gets very, very silly when you're drawing 2 or 3 cards a turn, doesn't it? Okay. Okay, let's not do that. We want to do our attack with this guy, don't we? And we're going to do gonna tap his moth, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna tap the moth. I'm gonna, yeah. Well, that's very interesting. We got to try out several cards I was not 100% on, and they performed admirably. I'm just going to look at the deck again. So, Tempered in Solitude is excellent, and it triggers off any creature. It doesn't have to be a samurai or a warrior. This guy, that ability only triggers off samurai and warrior, so really it's usually going to be him attacking. I don't know, do I have any samurai? Oh, I've got 3 samurai in the deck. Who's the other samurai? Oh yeah, Goro Goro is a samurai. There you go. We haven't even seen him yet. That was nice. We sacked the Ecologist Terrarium to do a 4-point voltage surge. That was quite fun. And we tried our Dramatist puppet. It puts an extra count on for each kind of counter, not for it isn't double the number of that kind of counter. So it gives things an extra +1/+1. It can't actually give me modified. It's only a 2/4 creature. So I'm tempted to drop it from the deck. Go down to 40 cards because I got a bit overexcited about how good that was. It's just basically a Jukai preserver, but not as good. So I think we just drop Dramatist puppet and then we're down to 40. There we go. Next game. I suppose, yeah, the puppet can also take tokens off opposing creatures, which could be kind of useful. Oh dear. Okay, this doesn't look very good at all. But we're quite likely to draw a land and play that on turn 4, and that on turn 5. So there'll be a 4/4 and then another a 4/4, or a 5/5 and a 3/3. And I can story weave them to make them even bigger. It's so big gamble, but let's keep 7 and see if we survive. And if it's an aggro deck, if they're 2-drop, 3-drop, we're probably dead. Right, blue card, not great. go, 2-drop, and it's card draw. That's nice. So we've got something to do on turn 3, and it's quite defensive. Oh. Yeah, we drafted this guy. We rare drafted this guy recently, and so he just bounces back to your hand at instant speed, pops a land out from the top 4 cards. That just seems incredibly good. And you can channel him from your hand to bring back X target non-legendary cards from your graveyard to your hand. So, yeah, you build up a big bunch of mana and then you pop off. Right, so we do Web Spinner's Cuff. There we go. But he did something on turn 2. He did something on turn 3. But maybe not the most scary aggressive things. Those are coming on maybe turn 5 and 6. Because you'll probably keep some mana up to pop out another land, I would guess. Well, he's got 3 colours as well. Well, there you go. I bet he'd never guess I'm playing a 4-colour deck. So we've drawn Goro Goro. And that is an elf. This guy is building up to something. He has a lot of ways to get mana. He dropped another land out, so he can do that as well. I have drawn a land, but it's a tapped land. Right. My trusty Web Spinner's Cuff is out again. Is it going to get hit with Story Weave again? It's not how I anticipated using that card, but let's see. He did get a land out. He hit it. They all go into the graveyard as well. Of course they do. Right. So it mills. It mills. It finds land, and it brings cards back. It does everything. Suppose one blessing is it can only do this every couple of turns. Okay, my turn. So I guess in one land I covered both my white and my blue, but still no red, unfortunately. Right, we could Harmonious Emergence and make a forest a 4/5. And I need a better target for my tokens, so that's leading at the moment. I could Tamio's Completion Shigeki and just stop his nonsense, because that seems like it's going to get out of control very quickly. And he's yeah. Let's do that whilst he's got Summoning Sickness. He got the safekeeping. Okie doke. Right. We're dealing with basically some green counter magic. That's pretty interesting, isn't it? We'd quite like to top deck a land. Harmonious Emergence something. Ooh, yeah, that's a big creature. And we got the mountain. There we go. Right, excellent. We could, yeah, we don't have double red for his activation. I think what we want to do, yeah, we're going to tap this one. We're going to put this on one of my forests. And we'll do no attacks. Yeah. Bunch of things go in there, yep. He's down to 20 cards. Can we hold out? And we do have Tempered in Solitude if we want to switch over to attacking for a bit. But I noticed that one Story Weave on... Oh, look, he's got Aki Warpaint. Ah. I don't just need Story Weave. I could... Yeah. I don't think that's happening. Okay. No blocks. Let's just take 8. Right, he's got his own one. Fair enough. Oh, would you... No. Land isn't bad. Because... we have got a crazy play here. It's not crazy enough though, is it? Story Weave is only going to let us trade off with a Tanuki. And then another token's not going to be enough. Can I get away with a Goro Goro? Just sneak out a little creature. Okay, no attacks. And a turn. It does have trample. Right, he's He's buffing it even more. Even with mana up for that, I could only get that to 7-8. So I can get that to 6. Yeah, if I block with everything, I can trade off the Tanuki. It's pretty mad. Okay, that's 6, 7, 9. And does he have? He may have another giant growth in his hand. Let's see. Faster blockers. So you've done this right. 6, 7, and then 9 from Story Weave. Yeah. He's tapped his red. I think I want to keep the creatures. Yeah, I want to use Story Weave. The web spinner cuff survived. Okay, he's coming to play. That's a 3/4. It's not bad going, is it? Oh, is that? I've still got tokens on that creature. Well, well, well. This is big. You keep the tokens on the creature. Okay, okay. Mountain, forest, Crackling Emergence on. Is it a 5/5? It works. Beautiful. Okay, I think that's good. I think maybe we can hold him off. We'll see. Has he got Death Touch? No. Enter. Well, we'll remember that. Lands will keep +1/+1 counters on them even after they're not creatures anymore. My goodness, yeah, he's got the goods. He's got the goods, hasn't he? If I block his 2 biggest things next turn, 8 damage is coming through. He can only push through 2 damage this turn. It'd be crazy to do that. Okay, my turn. None of these things have vigilance or anything handy like that. No. Right. We've got 4. We have 6 mana technically. He comes into play. As a 3/3. And he could be a 4/4, or we could make him a... Let's make him a 2/4. I'm thinking. Except his job is to block that because he's so tough. So he's going to be a 4/4. And his job will be to block his big creature. He's skipped his... Oh, wouldn't it be nice if it did? Ah, non-artifact. Is there anything that gives everybody toughness? Well, I guess we'll find out. I don't... that's going to be my little nasty surprise, I think. We need enough mana up to cast that, so we need 3 mana. So we can only do something that's 2 mana. Or no, we can only do something that's 3 mana. If we do something red, then we can't cast it. Oh, this is getting confused. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. I've just thoroughly confused myself. But another blocker isn't a bad idea. We have just stopped ourselves casting Seismic Wave. So I think... Oh, that's getting 4 damage. Okay, no, I don't think we can tap that for mana and Jukai Preserver him. Okay, next. No attacks. Yeah, he's not a tough enough creature, is he? That's a trouble. But we can Jukai Preserver to keep him alive, I suppose. So that's something. Okay, right, Flying Trample. Pass to attackers. Yeah, Tempered Solitude's not much good when you can't attack, I suppose. But, okay, second mountain. What were we talking about? What were we saying? We need 7 mana to cast both, so we're going to tap that for mana. Block. Yeah, he killed the thing with reach, by the way, so... We can only do that 3 damage with Seismic Wave, yeah. Okay, we're going to play our Jukai Preserver. And we can give the... I think we give the boar an extra point of toughness. To attacker. Can of course play that at some point. Okay, my turn. I think it's all over. Well, that was fun. Guess what? Ooh, yeah. we can do. We've got one play here. It's tempered in Solitude. And we'll attack with... Let's attack with our biggest creature. Ecologist Terrarium. That's not the best thing. Oh well. We can play a mountain. Let's just play it out. Let's do it. Island or mountain? Let's go scrap mountain. We could have put yeah. No, we couldn't. We couldn't cast Seismic Wave if we use that. Okay. Just want to see what this does. Oh yeah, target an opponent. That was an informative defeat. I enjoyed that game. So we took a very risky opening hand. 3 forests, but we had 2 Jukai preservers and the story card. My giant growth card. Story Weave. And we drew a web spinner cuff as well. We did get a 4th land. It was, of course, the tap land, the Tranquil Cove, and then we got a mountain a bit later. But he had a very nice start with that green rare to find a few lands. But the thing we learned there, if you put +1/+1 counters on an enchanted land, a harmonious emergence land, and it gets killed, it becomes indestructible turn to end of turn. It keeps those tokens, so then I could Crackling Emergence the same land later, and it came out as a 5/5, which I didn't realise it worked that way. I thought the counters would fall off or something. Right, let's go for another one. And we drew Goro Goro, and he was a chump block at that game. Yeah, he was. We had to stop an 11/9 Greater Tanuki. Okay, good. Green and red, 4 lands. We've got Goro Goro, Web Spinner, Cuff, Story Weave. Okay, let's keep 7. And we're going to just play him on turn 2, we're not going to mess about, and we'll probably follow up with Web Spinner Cuff. Looks like he did a bit of mulliganing. Yeah, he mulliganed twice. Oh, oh wow, that's wonderful. We can do a turn 1 Eater of Virtue. Goro Goro. He's playing red, so he's dead. He is so dead. He goes to the graveyard. Mountain, Spinner's Cuff. So now it's a bit scary. We're drawing a bit too much land, but Thundering of Raiyuu is hasted, and it gets okay. Well, that's nice, isn't it? Haste when it attacks puts +1/+1 on target creature. Then he deals X damage to each opponent, where X is the number of modified creatures you control other than Thundering Raiyuu. Well, that's a blessing for small mercies. Okay. So, how is this going to work? This goes on him. Then he's going to become a 5/5 when he attacks. Yeah. And he either has, you know, an instant response to that, or he doesn't. Touch the Spirit Realm. Exile up to 1 target artifact or creature until it leaves the battlefield. Well, there you go. He had an answer. He mulliganed down to 5, but he's got the perfect hand to deal with me. There we go. Creature or Eater of Virtue. Naturally the creature. Yep. Completely out of control. Already. And we can get our 4th colour of mana, which is nice. We can twiddle our thumbs because we got nothing to do. Okay. Yep. Doesn't start pinging me with his modification powers, and then we have a completely useless card because I've got nothing to crew this with, which is very sad. So, what's the problem with my deck? I've got no creatures. It feels like I've got no creatures. I did have 2, but he got 2 removal spells, even though he mulliganed down to 5. Yeah, he got 2 creatures and 2 removal spells, and that did the trick. And I got all of this stuff, which is not that good without creatures, as it turns out. And it's even Story Weave's not very good with creatures. Right. But yeah, playing that thing on turn 4, I have no answer to it. He's got removal from the 2 guys. Yeah, good game. So it might be a quick one. Let's. mean, it's the right idea. I got the Imperial recovery unit to potentially recover Goro Goro, but yeah, no creatures. So, but it seems kind of like a silly idea having 8 creatures in the deck with a lot of stuff that enhances creatures. Yeah, it's not counting the 2 enchantment creatures, so I've got 10 creatures. Well, I think I'm going to keep. I'm not going to make any radical changes to the deck. Okay, well that's good to see. We've got green and red, we've got Terrarium, and a network terminal. We can play Goro Goro turn 3. Raiyuu Emergence turn 4. It's decent enough. Playing against red, so he is dead this turn. So we've got to Go-Shintai. I think we can play that turn 3. He is not dead, by the way. Yeah, so he's a sort of interesting card. We've drawn a land, so that's quite good. Not going to attack with Goro Goro. No, play Go-Shintai. No attacks. So next turn we'll hit 4 land, so we can have a tapped creature. There's not much point in that, so I would go Network Terminal, Ecologist, Terrarium. Isn't that interesting? He killed the first striker. Okay, we're on. We've drawn 4 another land. Now here's a question. Oh, it doesn't matter. We've got Network Terminal, so we can go for white or blue. Go for white, and then I'll. Yeah, did it the wrong way around. Okay, he might have a voltage thingy. Yeah, he might have a voltage thing. I'm not going to attack. I'm not going to attack with a 3/3 Goro Goro just yet. And I'll end the turn. Yeah, that was the thing. For some reason I wanted to play my planes out, and I confused myself. I had to play a land from my hand, play Nowhere Terminal, and then I could play that. Don't think I've had that green common yet, or I haven't seen my opponents play it. Okay, got creature. 2/2, and you got another creature. Okay. Pretty cool. Okay, let's see. This looks like an artifact deck to me. There's a question, do I attack into that with Harmonious Emergence? We'll let that through, I think. And I guess the answer is yes, we will, and we've got to play. Yeah, let's not mess up again. I will play. Right, let's do this carefully. This can go wrong. Let's play this on the untapped mountain. So, we're threatening to use his ability next turn. Drop a mountain, attack with that. Okay, Generous Visitor. That's a good one. Some enchantments coming out. He's got a Harmonious Emergence as well, but his land is tapped. It's going to be a bigger Harmonious Emergence because it's got a Generous Visitor on it. And it doesn't work because the land is not yet a creature. Isn't that interesting? Okay. I think we might be looking at a Goro Goro activation. Let's drop our forest. Is it a modified creature? I think it is. We'll find out. Should we have given him a... Not giving him a token would have meant I didn't get a dragon that turn, so I think that's fine. I'm going to count that as a win. Also, if we keep that, then we can network terminal and start to tap. Oh, he's got a thundering ratio as well. Oh boy. 2 games in a row. Doesn't have vigilance or something nice like that, does it? Okay, oh, my turn. Good. My turn. Didn't attack. Right, so what we're thinking... Attack? No, Terrarium, that. That's an artifact. That can tap with network terminal if need be. So swing in for 6. So we're going to play a mountain. 7 mana. Terrarium. Token that. Almost forgot to activate him. So we've got actually lethal in the air. Does he have lethal on the ground? I don't think so. 8, 9, 13, 14, 15. So that's going to be 16 damage. He could sack an artifact to lose damage. That's not an artifact creature. Hey, maybe I did it. Well, let's not get hasty. He's got 1 card in hand to actually 3 mana. Do I use Goro Goro to chump block? What does he have that does 4 damage? There's the shock. Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, 14 damage. He's got trample. No. Yeah, this is a tough one. Okay, he could have the voltage charge that does 4 damage. If he does, he only needs to do me 13 damage. 6, 7, 8, 12, 14. That does 4. That's got trample. If I chump block that, I'm just taking 8, 10, so he can't kill me, he can't kill the dragon spirit, and I should win. Okay, 1 blocker. Have I made a horrible mistake? Let's see. It's a close one though, isn't it? Thinking he's got a card that does 4 damage if he sacrifices an artifact, and he has plenty of artifacts he can sacrifice. Okay, we did it. Well, I'm quite satisfied with this run now. I've actually got Goro Goro out. I've activated him twice. I've won a game with him, so that's all I wanted. Anything more's a bonus, I think. So let's see how. Let's see what happens. Oh, we've actually... this is a rare event. We have all 4 colours in my opening hand. And my deck is slightly taunting me by giving me 2 network terminals as well, I think. I'm not appreciating that. That only goes on a creature, and we've got our 1 vehicle and no other creatures. Yeah, okay. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. Okay, well, let's have a point of life. We're going to need it, I think. Okay, got more removal. We didn't play our mountain, so we can't... Oh, that's a sorcery. Forget I said anything. Right. Still, we have things to do, which is always nice. Mountain, and we can network terminal. Actually have a creature. He is an enchantment creature. I could blow up the dog, but no. Oh dear. You choose a long land card so you can just get rid of a creature. There goes the creature. Oh well. It was fun whilst it lasted. Right. So we got to play our creature. Oh yeah. We're totally paying 1 for that. There we go. This only brings back Goro Goro. Yeah. He's thinking very carefully before he plays any artifacts, I think, or enchantments. Suspicious. Okay, what is the white giant growth? It's a +2/+2, isn't it? So we'll let that through. Yeah. He's gonna ninjutsu him. And then I'm gonna take real damage. Okay, and he gets to draw them again. Okay, that's the play. Yeah. Yeah. which he's an artifact creature, so that is a sorcery. We'll have a nice nice 3/3 first strike. Will he have any more ninjutsu? I don't think we can worry about that, to be honest. He might do. I could even exile his Spirited Companion. I'm not quite. I think I want to build up more. I'm going to have another network terminal. I'm going to attack. And if he ninjutsus and draws another card off it, then fair enough. He deserves that card if he's that loaded. Sure, he knows what I've got in my hand anyway. Yeah, that's actually a sorcery. Kiba Racket Raid. He gets a 2/2 eventually. Just gonna hit me for a bit of damage. He doesn't know what I've got in my hand, does he? So, anyway, I've got to attack. Oh, 4 damage to target blocking creature. So I can't save him. That's fair enough. That's a good card. I think we'll pop this guy out. Or pop out Goro Goro. And end the turn. So I've actually got plenty of mana to cast everything. So I can start discarding land, drawing cards and discarding land, basically. Now, we need a modify, don't we? We can start making dragons if we have a modify. I'm just curious to see what he's got here. Oh, that thing. Right. That's a good card. Yeah, I haven't seen that one yet. Loads of card draw in this deck. My goodness. scared to attack with Goro Goro is my my feeling at the moment. Gonna get a land. Yeah. Okay, that's interesting. Right, I think we want to modify him as a sorcery. Right. Okay, I'm gonna play the mountain and I'm gonna modify him. But I'm not gonna attack with him. So he's got conditional removal, which is oh boy, okay. That thing has menace. That thing is sorcery as well. I could discard it to find a better card, but it kills one of his guys. I think it's all right. I don't know. That's definitely getting discarded. So we can do that. Okay. It's a reasonable trade. And I suppose we're in a race. You might have removal, we'll see though. Yeah, the 4 mana white removal will kill him stone dead. If he has any more of that, he could be dead if I block. Yeah, if he has, you are already dead. I'm in trouble. So we'll just let him through. Oh, that's a bigger creature. Ouch. Okay. And that comes back and does, yeah. Okay. That's just an Ogre Ninja. It's not even a artifact or an enchantment. Oh. Yes, I misplayed. I couldn't actually do the thing I wanted to do. So I guess we'll do that. So the web spinner cuff. Yeah. Could jump block here. So yeah, it's looking like I'm very dead. It's now, yeah, several turns, and yeah, to actually kill him. So I think he's just. I've got to trade off. Got to trade off that guy, or chump block. Friendly the moths, so it gets to be bigger. That has reach, which is interesting. But I can't double block because I'm on 3 life. Okay. Good game. So he has to block there. Actually, I can do it that way around, and I'm gonna keep a wreck and a raid will kill me next round. So we tap. Attacks. Yeah, it's, okay, that's actually. I didn't die to that. He's already done me a 2-point drain life. For another turn, but we get we can't draw 2 creatures to deal with him, and he's 3 more creatures. Okay, lots of card draw and just some incredible late game. Okay, that seems fun. Do we do tap? Tap, discard mountain, because then we can still cast this guy. Yep, I don't think he can do much, but let's do that. yeah, it's a pretty simple concept. Spirited Companion with ninjutsu. It's just a very good early game. I got to use Goro Goro once more as well. It felt, maybe not the best way, but maybe that's in that situation with that few creatures, that was all I could do. So yeah, overall that was fun, but I felt a bit light on creatures. Definitely running all the modifications to support Goro Goro hurt my creature base quite a bit. And their Imperial recovery unit didn't do an awful lot. It soaked up a removal spell, I suppose. So, yeah, I still get 600 gems. That's new. Wow, that's quite expensive, that ability, but yeah. That's a mythic. Whenever a modified creature deals combat damage to player's surge, for a basic line card. I guess it triggers every single time. Nice. I've actually got 2 of these now. Seems pretty good if they don't have anything. It's 5 mana, you draw 3 cards and they lose 6 life. It's not bad. Yep. That's a nice one. Nice little Ward 2 on there. Ah. Can copy enchantment abilities. Interesting.